Welcome back to Conquest SMP, the server where you can make a country, do some various other interesting things. Times are confusing here in Ikutariu. Throughout the past month or so, many, strange time travel related shenanigans have happened. We actually left the city, went back to the mainland, and then had a whole bunch of things happen, cleaned up the town, and had a big 2-year anniversary party because Conquest is now 2 years old, which is longer than any other server I've ever played on, so that's kind of an achievement. We had a big party with all sorts of vodka, and it was so fun, and I deleted it all earlier today because I was like, oh, I finished making this other video, now I can delete all this. Nope, I was wrong because I forgot that I made 2 at the same time, which is why all this time nonsense has happened in the first place. But I'm still here, this place still exists, and we're out of sake, which is really unfortunate, because that stuff takes a while to make. Anyways, today we're going to return to the mainland and have some Christmas festivities over there and, you know, maybe eat some eggnog, or drink... You don't eat eggnog, what am I talking about? So let's head back over there and see how it's doing. Actually, before we do that, I need to find a very specific thing that I've hidden away in this cave. Ooh, diamonds. As I was saying before I got sidetracked there is a... Jeez, what the frick? There's more. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. There is a spider spawner farm that I made around here, and it has a whole bunch of string, which we're gonna need, because I'm trying to build a very large structure, and its roof is gonna need some string to keep the snow off. Whatever guy designed this mine shaft was clearly on too much sake, because this makes no sense whatsoever. Like, what's this for? Why? Gosh, I have found it. Secrets of the universe are right here. So, this is what I was looking for. Here's all this string that I got, because, some spiders, you know, just wop 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 wop. Typical farm stuff, and so... pretty much set now. My voice is so, like, because, at Kendo yesterday, we were practicing Ki, so I just was yelling for an hour and a half straight, and now my voice is gone. We've got all the string, we've got all the stuff from this, little place here, so now it's time to head through this nether portal and go back to the mainland. Aha, we've made it. To Jima, the great city it is. Isn't that nice? Look at these old buildings. That one's... oh, kinda nasty. I don't like this building. I've never liked it. It's just bad. But everything else, very nice. Very high quality. And a little bit Christmas decorated. So when we came back here, it had been abandoned for a year, and it really looked like it, because holy cow, it was ugly. I mean, it was destroyed, like, obliterated. There were holes in everything, holes in the floor, there were blocks everywhere. It was... oh my gosh, it was terrible. So I cleaned it all up, and so now you don't get to see that because I deleted the footage. Nonetheless, we are still here in the city. This is the pub, by the way, after the the anniversary celebration. There's just a massive hole in it, and it's on fire. And I believe the toilet's still intact down here. Surprisingly, I felt like that would be the one thing that get destroyed. Seems there's still a little bit left. Oh, delicious. Down here in the basement of my house, we have the sweatshop. You see, I'm smelting a lot of bricks over here, and even more bricks, and even more bricks, and more clay, and all sorts of stuff, and even sandstone, and some glass. Actually, no, there's glass down here. But what is all this for? You said a big structure. Well, I'm gonna build a very, very, very large church, and I have like 2 days to do it. And it's gonna be, you know, like kind of like a Christmas sort of thing, and it'll be decorated, and it'll have some garlands, and it's big and made of bricks and diorite. Very questionable block palette, but trust me, it's gonna be great. Once you see it, that is. If you see it, I don't know when it's gonna be done. It's very, very big, hence all of the smelters. Well, these are gonna smelt away. I'm just gonna Go eat lunch now. So remember how I was gonna try to build this church before Christmas? Well, yeah, that kind of went out the window. It's Christmas now, and still no cathedral, and still not enough, resources to build it, mostly because we need, like, candles, like, a lot of candles, and I don't have any candles. So far, we've got all this, and just that, yeah, you see, so lots of stuff has been made, lots of progress, but not quite there yet. However, it has occurred to me that many of you might not have ever actually seen Jima, so I just kind of came over here and you guys were like, So I'm gonna do a quick tour. Starting over here, we have the detail house. It is, it's kind of ugly, but it's like, it's just got all sorts of nonsense in here, and it's made to look really cramped and kind of chaotic. Over here is another somewhat ugly building, which is the iron and rocket shop. It's got iron and rockets. Yep, that's right. Over here's the pub, which I don't think has been seen yet, or I've completely forgotten. It's been a while. A tiny little bit of stuff left in here, but we drank most of it. Going back this way, we have the church here. Very old, very historic. There's a little graveyard with the Holy Chicken of Boat. Never made it onto camera, but he was a very important chicken some time ago, and that was a horse that was killed in the war. Inside the church, we've got, well, it's a church, Christmas decorated, of course. Pretty nice. Up these stairs is another somewhat ugly building, which is the courthouse. It's where we made the country, and then revised the country, and then left the country, and are now going to make the country again. This is the meeting hall, which all of the things were signed, and I sat here and we were like, ah, la, 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 and it was really cringe because I was like 8. No, that was an exaggeration, but still. It's pretty bad. Then there's some storage in here, of course, with some little papers. They're kind of meaningless. Over here, we have the inn, which actually, now that I think about it, doubles as a pub, so I didn't really need to build that one. I could have just used this. We've got some chairs, a little bar thing here, and a thing where you could have theoretically bought alcohol. I'm just not very smart, turns out. There are also rooms up here. So you see this room, it's a room. That is a room. And you can see the other buildings outside. Isn't that cool? Here's my house, oldest building on the server. Well, sort of oldest building on the server. There's actually one older structure, which is down here. And it is called Funny Place. I don't know if it showed up in the first video I made, but Side Guy built this on, like, the first day, and it's just been here underneath everything the whole time. And it has never been altered. This is how it is. Funny Place. There are lots of little relics hidden around this city because it's just been here for so long, and it's kind of been not very well upkept. So, like, if you look inside this house, this is Onion's house, down here, there's all sorts of nonsense. There's like this, there's villagers, there's this guy, and then if we go over here, there's the farm, and then even more crazy is there's a bunch of other old abandoned farms and redstone things. There's a dog down here. Like, where does this come? Where do these pumpkins come from? I don't know. It's like, if you go around through these catacombs, how that is, I don't know where that goes. I didn't even know this was here. What is this? Oh wait, no, I know what this is. I don't think I've ever showed this on camera, but this is also down here. Alpha bunker. I kind of looted it of all its stuff, but this was really old as well, full of iron. It was like a little laboratory. I don't think that axolotl is still alive. We don't talk about that. Something must have been in here. Was me? I don't know. This is really weird. It's just been here, like, for forever. And it's never once, yep, that's right, made it into a video. And then over here, we have this other old base that they made one time, with, like, tunnels under here. See, look at this. What? I don't even know. Who wrote these? What? Like, this stuff's just complete nonsense. And this just all junk down here. I've been using it to, grow cocoa beans and cactus for my, cathedral, because it's just been sitting here and it's, a bunch of spaces. It's, what, like, look at this. The state. And then, it goes back into my house. You see? Like, this place is wild. The less wild section of the area, this place is newer, is here. It's got a general store, you see? It's got nothing in it, though, so... Anvils? No, that's not right. Yeah, see? Nothing. And upstairs, there's also nothing. Over here, we've got, I think, the bakery. I don't know what this is. It's something, just maybe generic house. No, it's the blacksmith. See? Yep, that's right. It's a sword, you see. Does blacksmiths make swords, maybe? There's this diagonal house. Very interesting design. This is the bakery. See? It's got... It had a cake, but someone has stolen the cake. That's really sad. No more cakes for us today, I guess. Then over here, there's the poor people. As you see, they're very poor. They live in poor houses. And over this way, there's some more ancient history. Well, not really that ancient, but like about a year ago, maybe. We had this big war, which is the war. It's like World War I, the war before we went to Japan. We call it World War I because, you know, World War. This was one of the castles that was built. There's all sorts of castles around the city. Not around the city, but around the country, that were built to protect the area. This one was actually never used. Most of the fighting occurred over there, where that thing over there was built. And there was a wither and everything. A nice tower here. We'll go up. This was one of the more impressive castles that I made. Unfortunately, as I said, it never saw any action. This building over here on this hill is one of the oldest buildings in the town, at least the oldest outer buildings. I'm not sure exactly when it was built, but it got struck by lightning and it lost... Jeez, come on, interrupting me. As I was saying, it got struck by lightning and it lost its roof and then probably got blown up by creepers a few times. So it's just been there so long that no one wants to take it down, and I think it's gonna stay there. This place above the city is the entrance to the castle, which was never built because I have no money. But this is like the entrance. Go across a drawbridge here, and here is the outline of the castle. I think I'm still gonna build it eventually. Just not right now. If we follow the roads out of the city, which I made a long time ago, we come to this town, which has a plane and a hangar that I made one time long ago as a joke because I got an elytra and I said I'm flying. And so then, we go in here. Look, I'm a pilot now. So yeah, that was the joke. This castle here was one of the ones built by Onion. He, was probably... His castles definitely look better than mine. Mine were very practical. This one is also sort of practical, but it doesn't have, like, any way to... You know, you could hide right here and then heal, you know, if you're in battle. So it's perhaps not the most practical, but it certainly is the best looking. Over this way is one of the most disastrous campaigns of the war. This was like the last stand of some old base. I think it was made by this guy called Jick, or like JLK, I don't know. L's and I's are kind of confusing sometimes, but this place was destroyed. I don't even know how it got this way, but there was a house here, and then there was a base, and we had to fortify it. And there was a very, very long battle in which everyone died, and it was a terrible disaster. As you can see by the enormous crater in the ground, and the flag that has been blown up. This thing, I don't really know what it is. It's I think I have a vague recollection of someone digging this to try to trap someone. but at the same time, I don't know when it showed up. Another interesting part of the war that is almost entirely forgotten, at least on my YouTube channel, is this battle, which happened at one of the towers. These little things are kind of dotted around the landscape. You might have seen them in the background of the videos. I built them, like, really early on, to cement my claim over the land around us. This one was... these craters were from attempted landmines, which we set, and then everyone just started lighting off, and they started a chain reaction, which destroyed everything, and it was such a disaster, we didn't even record it, so I don't think anyone on YouTube has seen it outside of our tiny little friend group of like 5 people who were here. Miraculously, the tower inside has survived. You can still go up here and pew pew pew. I don't have any arrows, but you can imagine pew 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 trying to kill people here. The last little bit of history around this town is the failed New Year's Eve clock. This also didn't make it into a video, but it was an attempt at like a New Year's Eve countdown timer, and it was built in creative by Foodles, the man, the myth, the legend. He's banned because he's a sucker. And one time, he tried to build this in creative, and it kind of failed. You can see all the redstone back here. It's been mostly looted. Actually, no, there's most of it still there. Surprised that it's intact. Well, yes, a great moment in history that is forever on the skyline of Jima. There's also this hut, which he similarly built very early on. I'm not sure if he built it in creative. He built a lot of things in creative back then. Because he was a mod, and if I tried to unmod him, then he'd get upset. Oh, whoa. This is an old relic. This is like from 2 years ago. On the first Christmas. Well, now you've seen the secret history of Jima and all around this little kingdom that we've made. It's been a good 2 years on this server, and I imagine we'll probably have another good year or so, maybe even 2 years if the server grows really slowly before there's any end to it, so certainly don't have to fear that. Let's hope we'll make some more history in the future. Now I'm gonna go become a great asset to the company. Well, although we can't finish this building on Christmas, we can start it. So here we go. I'm gonna place the first block. This is gonna take a long time. Well, when you build a big church like this, it'd be great to have the help of a bishop, but I couldn't find anyone to do it for me, so I just made myself bishop. Look at me, aren't I so cool? Let's hope that this church is gonna look great in this city and is not gonna take me 2 weeks to finish. Well, on New Year's Eve of 2023, this cathedral has been finished. Now, I know you might say it doesn't really fit into the landscape, and well, you'd kind of be right, because, it's all snowy and there's nothing around it. And these buildings are really old and, like, stony, whereas this one's more of a late medieval, kind of Renaissance, it's called a Russian Revival architecture thing, where it's got the brick and the gold and the white, so it's kind of... There's a bit of a disconnect. I'm gonna build a whole new district over here, so it'll look a bit more integrated into the landscape. But even with it being cartoonishly different, I think it still looks really cool, and it's, like, nice, and I like it. So, we should do a tour. This cathedral is an exact recreation of St. Michael's Cathedral in Izhevsk, Russia. Well, I mean, I say exact, it's as exact as I could get it in Minecraft, and I could not find any photos of the interior whatsoever, so I just made a more generic looking, well, not really generic, but a typical Orthodox cathedral interior. At least I think. I've never been inside one of these before, so I'm sort of just guessing from various images I saw, but this is generally what you'd see. We've got some frescoes all over the wall. Most of them I don't remember what they are. Like this one, I think it's Jesus confronting the Pharisees, and then this might be the Sermon on the Mount, maybe. I don't know what these two things are. This... I have no idea what the frick this is supposed to be, but it might be something. So yeah, there's a lot of photos. Up there, that's Jesus, and then, like, some people worshipping him. They're kinda weird off to the side. This one, someone getting baptized, I think. I don't know. Of course, that there, the big, bottom level centerpiece is Jesus. I don't know why that took me so long. It's pretty obvious. If you don't know that's Jesus, you're completely crazy. I mean, look at that face. How could you mistake it? Over here, we got, Constantine. This is Constantine, because everyone loves Constantine, right? This is Father Spiritin, because he's cool. Everyone loves Father Spiritin. This here is... Well, one of them's Peter. I think that one might be Peter. This one is... Yeah, I have no idea what this is. Up here we got baby Jesus and some wise men and Mary and maybe Joseph, who knows? Of course, this is the communion tables that would have the bread and the wine, except I don't have any wine or any bread. I've got this bread, but no item frames to put it in, so maybe I'll do that later. And of course, the thing behind it is the Orthodox cross with this special line. Who knows how it got there, but it's there for some reason. Now, the big centerpiece that is not part of the paintings is the altar. I don't understand any of this. I just built what I saw, and it was like a big gold, almost throne-looking thing. I tried to recreate it pretty well. It's got these little things. I don't know what they are, but they're covered in gold, so I used bamboo. I think that's a pretty cool touch. Honestly, I'm really proud of that bamboo as the gold. It's really good. There are some more paintings on these little rings here, which I also don't know what they are, because it's been so long since I made them. I think that one's like Lazarus being healed. That one... I don't... who knows? Of course, the big thing is the big dome up there on the ceiling, which is, I think, the actual painting on the dome of Izhevsk Cathedral. So it's a pretty good recreation. That there is supposed to be baby Jesus, except it looks kind of weird because it was the first one I made and I hadn't quite nailed down the figure details. But yes, then that's grown-up Jesus. That is the Son. Or maybe God in the Sun. I don't know. It's kind of abstract. And the pink is supposed to be angels. If that was not clear, it probably wasn't. So yes, this cathedral took me a long time, but it was surprisingly the easiest church I have ever built in my life. Like, it was so easy. I didn't have to look back at it and be like, huh, does that look good? I just built it and it looked good first try. Which is kind of weird. Since it's New Year's Eve here on Conquest, I think I should probably talk about what we have planned for the next year. it is currently 8 minutes till 2024, so I gotta get this out quickly. Plans are, I gotta invite more people. There hasn't been a lot of people online recently, you know, so it's kind of like not a lot going on, and I need to invite people. I've invited like 15 people, and one guy responded, and he didn't even join, so that's kind of, that kind of sucks. I need to find more people. If you are watching this video and you want to join, just tell me, and I'll probably let you in, unless you blow stuff up. We have a really long history of that. I could show you all the creators, all the craters underneath the city, just by how many times people have joined the server and blown stuff up. It's really... yikes, yeah. So, need more people. Also, I want to kind of start making less Let's Play sort of videos, more... I don't know how to explain it. I've not worked it out yet, but like, kind of historical tour things, more about building, less about random other nonsense. It would also be easier for me to edit, so you could get more of them. Maybe they'd be better, maybe it'd be more fun to watch. I don't know, I've not worked it out yet, but I think I'm gonna change my content style ever so slightly. And, oh yes, I will not spend forever doing absolutely nothing, which I have done for a long time in the past. Like, it's one guy who had been gone on the server for a while, eventually came back, like, after a year, and was like, oh my, there's not been a single building added to Jima, and I was like, yeah. So, definitely not gonna do that again next year. I'm gonna do some more things, build more, have more fun. It's gonna be great.